In Gotham City, a deal went wrong, and allies turned into enemies. It seems like this man is trying to escape something likely a kidnap. But this man didn't know that he would die and come to life again as the feared Dr. Phosphorus. Alexander Sartorius was a scientist, a family guy, married to Parvin, and living in Gotham City. Alexander Sartorius' father and Parvin's mother died of the merciless disease of cancer.
With a treatment like that, my father might still be alive. Your mother.
Maybe.
This drove Alexander Sartorius to dedicate his life to finding a cure for cancer.
I can't continue my research without their funding.
As he was getting closer to finding a cure, he was running short of funds.
But a nuclear fusion treatment that destroys cancer forever without harming the patient?
His desperation to continue the research led him to share his research with Rupert Throne, a dangerous mob boss, for additional funding. However, Alexander Sartorius deliberately shared fake results and research with Rupert Throne, which ignited an enmity between the two.
Alex, you ain't going nowhere. Won't you get that through your skull?
When Rupert Throne gets to know that Alexander Sartorius bluffed him, he, along with his gangsters, brutally murdered Alexander's wife. To make Alexander Sartorius convicted of the murder, Rupert made Alexander put his fingerprints on the knife too, as forensic evidence. Rupert didn't stop there. He took the helpless and heartbroken Alexander Sartorius into his van, as the punishment for Alexander was yet to be executed. As Alexander found a moment, he tried to jump from the van in an intent to escape, but this attempt didn't last long as the gangsters caught Alexander Sartorius shortly after he jumped out of the van. Rupert Throne and his men took Alexander to his lab where he was developing a cure for cancer, and told Alexander that they were aware of the lies and fake research Alexander provided them in return for funds.
You knew the deal, Alex. We'd fund your experiments on nuclear fusion so you could make cancer go bye-bye.
Rupert and his men succeeded in finding the actual cure from the lab of Alexander Sartorius.
I gave you all the results!
But we would get the results of all of those experiments to share with our friends overseas.
You gave me bullshit!
I try not to be so judgmental. It's business. Pack all the files up. Grab the hard drives.
They took all the hard drives and records and thought they had what they wanted. And then, it comes the turn of Alexander Sartorius to face the punishment for bluffing Rupert Throne. Alexander Sartorius was put inside the reactor, and the reactor was turned on. The reactor started steadily, with Alexander begging for mercy and asking to put him out. But he wasn't heard. The reactor burned his skin, turned his blood into something mysterious, his body into something fiery, and on the outside it looked like the end. It looked like the punishment was served. Alexander Sartorius died, and was born as Dr. Phosphorus, whose existence was nothing but fire, a destruction to anything he touches, an immortality and invincibility, a power beyond imagination.
Rupert Throne!
Rupert Throne also met his unexpected end.
Industrialist and reputed crime figure Rupert Throne was found dead today, along with
His gangsters, his property, and his criminal network fell into the hands of Dr. Phosphorus.
From this moment forward, everything that was Rupert Thorne's is now mine. Got it?
But we will cover that in another video.